There is a whole science and system to this as to how these things are made.
But that dimension that we refer to as feminine, when it yields to you, your articulation or your expression in the world will find tremendous enhancement.
So that your sails are set in such a way that what she blows is always in your favor. If you look at the other Devis, Lakshmi is like that, Saraswati is like this, Bhairavi is like this. So, we have chosen a very fierce form for her. Do not misunderstand fierceness for cruelty or negative kind of approach to life. She is fierce with her passion. She is very fierce with her compassion. See, the nature of Bhairavi is such, it is… she won't let you rest. It's not for rest, it's for going fast. So, if you're looking for speed of growth, speed of movement, everything should happen to you fast, then Bhairavi. Bhairavi is not for knowing, Bhairavi is sheer energy. Bhairavi is transportation. That means she will blow at you in such a way that you are just thrown somewhere else. You're here, tomorrow you're there. It's not something it'll give you a Google map and you have to find your way. She's not like that. You just go. She blows you away. So, when Devi is made like this, there is a whole science and system to this as to how these things are made. When she is made like this, the sadhana is of a certain kind too. Because entire Devi worship is in some way, you're trying to please her or woo her in a certain way, that she should work in your favor. When somebody is so fierce, they should not be against you. Hello? That's important. So, she should work for you, she should be for you, so sadhana. Sadhana is designed for this purpose, so that your sails are set in such a way that what she blows is always in your favor.
One who attains to the grace of the Devi, whatever you're doing in your life, you may be a business person, you may be a professional in something, you may be an artist, a musician, a yogi, whatever you are, if you want to pitch up your activity to another dimension of, doing things, you need Devi's grace. One who's touched by this grace will naturally rise in ways that other people will think is miraculous. This has happened to many people, I must tell you this. There have been significant men in the world, I don't want to name them now because it is politically sensitive. Significant men, just look up history, are there in the world in the last 2 centuries who have risen to great heights in whatever they were doing because in some way they were in feminine worship. Because articulation, and when I say articulation, not just verbal articulation, articulation essentially means you're able to find expression. If you want to find expression in the world, you need Devi's grace. Whether you do it by chanting a mantra, whether you do it by going to a temple, or whether you do it by acknowledging that dimension within yourself, or whether you do it by looking up to something that is feminine, or simply by being in nature. It doesn't matter how you do it, but that dimension that we refer to as feminine, when it yields to you, your articulation or your expression in the world will find tremendous enhancement.
So, we all heard from Sadhguru that how Devi actually functions and supports you, how her grace can make things in our favor. But one thing is also true, that for us to function better in this world, to achieve things that we haven't even imagined possible, we have to earn her grace first. Actually, her grace is always present, but we have to make ourselves receptive for that. So, how do we do that? And how this month is the most powerful month for us to connect with Devi? So, today's video is focused on that. So, let's continue. Now, we all know that Guru Purnima is approaching this month, that is on 21st of this month. But wait, what is the connection between Guru Purnima and Devi? I mean, Guru Purnima is for Guru, right? Well, the very first line of Devi Stuti says, Jai Bhairavi Devi Gurubhyo Namah Shri. That means the first name in the series talks about Devi as all encompassing one, the Guru and we as her disciples. We all have heard this at least once in our lifetime, that the mother is the first teacher or the first Guru. The first Guru in any child's life is his or her mother. So is Guru Purnima and our Devi, our mother, is not connected? Just think about it. Now, in this yogic culture, the guru-disciple relationship is the most sacred one. Disciples yearn to mirror their guru in every aspect. Guru is the guide, the teacher, the light in the darkness, and the ultimate lover. But of all the Purnimas, what is so different in this Purnima? And what actually we have to do so that we can earn Devi's grace? Just connect to her. So let's know about it in a little detail. Now, fundamentally, in terms of receptivity, different points in the Earth's orbit around the Sun tend to have certain qualities. There are certain days in every year when many sages and saints have found their moment of enlightenment. They did not get enlightened because of those days. They were in the process, they were close, but it easily blossoms on certain day because of a little assistance from the nature. So, same thing happens on the day of Guru Purnima. There is a certain alliance between moon and the planet which creates a receptivity in people to that dimension which we refer to as Guru. Traditionally, people made use of this time of receptivity in whatever best way they could. So, this Guru Purnima, there are many ways through which we can connect with Devi and absorb her grace in the maximum possible way. By the way, if you don't know how people experience Devi or how they feel Devi, you can watch this video, details of which I have already given in description. But watch after only completing this video. So before moving forward to the first most effective way by which we can earn the maximum grace of Devi, let's understand an example. Suppose you and your friend both are sitting in front of Devi in Linga Bhairavi temple. Now, Linga Bhairavi Devi is present for both of you, right? There is the vibrancy in the atmosphere which is same for both of you. But who do you think will absorb much of her? Or say in other words, just think that will you both receive her grace equally? Or will you imbibe the environment equally? No, right? Although Linga Bhairavi Devi, she is constant for both of you or for each and every individual sitting there, but each and every individual will be of different receptivity. Means there are certain people or certain substances which can gather energy much more quickly than others. Now, how much energy one gathers from other is very different. All of them have equal and same opportunity, but all of them will not absorb and retain the energy to the same extent. Why is this? The first reason could be your presence there. That means how much you are devoted to the process. We all know that devotion is really another dimension of intelligence. Intellect wants to conquer the truth, but devotion just embraces the truth. Devotion cannot decipher, but devotion can experience. On the other hand, intellect can decipher, but can never experience. This is the choice one has to make, that whether you have to be devoted or you have to function intellectually in front of Devi. So, one simple way to understand this is, when you are really overwhelmed by something or someone, you naturally become devout. But if you try to practice devotion, this creates a problem because there is a very thin line between devotion and deception. So, you cannot practice devotion, but you can do certain things so that you can arrive at devotion. So, let's understand this through an image. The image or the diagram that you can see right now on your screen is the diagram of Earth's location in the universe in a series of 8 maps that show from left to right, starting from Earth, moving to the solar system, onto the solar interstellar neighborhood, onto the Milky Way, onto the local galactic group, onto the Virgo supercluster, and onto our local superclusters, and finishing at the observable universe. So, can you see the observable universe? Earth is like a dust, and we inside Earth is like a single dot, even much smaller than that. But we give so much importance to ourselves, right? We forget our place in this universe. Actually, we start acting like a big men or women, fighting with each other with all kinds of emotions. But even an atom is beyond the grasp. Everything is above our intelligence. Everything is higher than ourselves. If we see like that, we will naturally become devout. And this is the very simple way to become devout to something or someone, whether it is Devi or any process that you are doing. Actually, a devotee knows things that we cannot even imagine. He can grasp things that we have to struggle with because there is not much of him within himself. When we are too full of self, there is no room for anything higher to happen. So devotion does not mean that we have to always go to temple, do puja, do coconut breaking, etc. etc. A devotee has understood what his place is there in the existence. If we have understood this and are conscious of it, we will walk as a devout person. There is no other way to be, and it is the most intelligent way to exist. So, with this, moving forward to the second way, that is making an offering in this auspicious month of Guru Purnima to Devi. So, we can experience Devi's grace as our guide in this Guru Purnima. Devotees can benefit from her overflowing grace through various offerings on this auspicious day. The offering includes doing Devi Abhishekam or Netram Arpanam or Mangala Arpanam. It's a very powerful offering. Well, I have talked about Devi Abhishekam in detail in this video. It's really very powerful offering that one can do for Devi to soak her grace. Making offering at Linga Bhairavi supports individuals at significant milestones throughout their lives and ensures the possibility of being touched by the divine. I will not go in much detail of each and every offering. I have given the link in the description. You can just check out there and make an offering. And with this, moving forward to the third and the most powerful and the most important thing is doing our sadhana regularly. Sadhana is always structured like this so that it absorbs you into the activity in such a way that in the daily process of living, you forget who you are, what you are, and what your life is about. You are just absorbed into what is happening. That is the best way to receive grace. So, this month is the month of grace, and grace is like the manual for growth that a human being can catapult himself to another dimension of existence, capability, and possibility. So now it's in your hand. In which path would you like to go? Would you like to go just randomly, unconsciously, or would you like to be in presence of Devi? For people who are in the spiritual path, literally, Guru Purnima is the biggest day in the year because they want to receive the grace of the Guru. Totally depends on you how you make use of it. So now closing up the video, hope you loved the video and found it meaningful. And if yes, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. And I have posted all the links of the video as well as the offerings in the description. So just check out there. And okay, now up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.